ACNC is here. Says, as you come in, please thumbs up for Yogi. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Ahmed is here, waiting, and a thumbs up. Much appreciated. It's an um, awful nice way to come into a live stream. A couple of friends here to say hi and giving me a thumbs up. I was just watching my burpee friend, Leo said so, who stepped up and took a bit of a challenge that I put out there for some of the guys. He just did 100 nasal breathing, 1 pump burpees, which is absolutely amazing. And now he's going on to 6 counts and then the 1 pumps. You guys here? I'm going to bring up my desktop in case I need it. Sorry, guys. I actually have ads coming up to watch my own live stream. You guys let me know if that's how annoying that is, because I certainly do not want to annoy you guys any more than you might be annoyed simply by me being here. Babushka, how are you? Hope everyone's off to a great start. Babushka says, hello, sweet Yogi. I see you. I appreciate that. I'm doing good. It's Monday. Mondays are much the same as every other day of the week for me. Joe Delaney says, I didn't hear a question. Hello, Yogi. Hello, my friend. I was asking how the... let me know how annoying the ads might be. And if you guys mind them. You know, I don't want this to be an annoying place to hang out. So I don't know. I think it's going to come up automatically. I just put enable ads. ACNC says, please do not attack Barb right now. She is ill. I agree. 100%. I also agree not attacking her when she's not ill. I don't know, you guys have heard me talk about, I talk a lot about yoga, I talk a lot about meditation, as well as breath work. I teach meditation, as well as breath work. I don't really teach pranayama, which is although I'm certified, it's different than breath work because it actually involves energy locks. They're called bandhas in Sanskrit. Let's see. Babushka says, I don't mind watching ads if it supports channels I enjoy. I can skip them most of the time. Awesome. ACNC says you're using her name and has her car and carrying your pic. Yeah, you know, it's a form of abuse because it's taunting. Here's my view of type of attacks. And it's something I'll talk about. You know, I've been talking about A Course in Miracles lately. It's been a lifelong study of mine, and I've been called to sort of bring it back to the surface after a long believing that the practice has been, you know, instilled deeply and it's an automatic response. But of course it isn't. It was sort of a trick of the ego. And of Course in Miracles, they say every attack is a call for help. So anytime you feel the need to attack someone, examine it. Why? What is it? It doesn't do you any good. Let's leave that person itself out of it. And let's deal with just us. If I attack, it's a cry for help because it is hurting me. It's not hurting anyone else. You know, as it says in the Course, there are no justified resentments. That every moment that we deal with is an opportunity to choose the ego or to choose peace. The peace ego will never accept peace, because the ego, and ego simply means it's not right, it's not wrong, it's a navigational system, but it's not who we are. Who we are is the all-encompassing awareness. And we can also say all-encompassing awareness is simply love. Love accepts. Love doesn't judge. One of my all-time favorite sections of the Bible is St. Paul's letter to the Corinthians. And he gives a beautiful description of what love is and what love isn't. It's funny because A Course in Miracles is steeped in the language of Christianity, and I have largely left Christianity behind me, but I absolutely love A Course in Miracles because it calls on me to be forgiving each and every moment, every single moment. And forgiveness is an active force, and it's never about the other person. I don't deem forgiveness. I don't say I grant you forgiveness. I don't say I'll forgive you when I'm ready to forgive, when you've suffered enough, when you've earned it, when you deserve it. I forgive for my own sake because it removes the obstacles that keep me from realizing my own innate nature of love. Anything that keeps me from realizing love, keeps me from experiencing my own gift of life as being love, is an egoic block. And the only way to dissolve the ego, not get rid of it, not fight it, not battle it, not push it aside, is we simply forgive and we forgive and we forgive. And every instant, in A Course in Miracles, they call it a holy instant. Every instant is a moment of forgiveness. And what forgiveness is simply the looking at each moment and what has occurred right now. So, what's occurred right now? What's occurred right now in your life that needs to be forgiven? Everything's a memory. Every past pain, every hurt, every conflict, everything that has been occurred in our life that we think we need to forgive is done. It's over. It's not here. It's not now. In fact, it's never existed because there's no such thing as a past. There's only the memory of a past. Can you pull one thing from the past into the present moment that isn't a thought? It's impossible. So we forgive, and we forgive by simply recognizing in this present moment we're absolutely free. A teacher of mine, Srila Bob Admonson, who was a student of Nisargadatta Maharaj, wrote a book. It was actually edited by a Facebook friend of mine. And the title of the book is What's Wrong with Right Now If You Don't Think About It? What's wrong with right now, this one moment, if you don't think about it? Hey, C&C, sorry guys, let me catch up. I went on a little tangent. The longer the ads, the more the channel owner makes, so I watch the whole thing. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. I keep that in mind myself when I visit people's channels, is that I want them to succeed. Especially as Babushka said, the ads that we, the channels that we enjoy. GB Bro says hello. Hello to Ahmed. Eric Point says, I've been practicing this, Yogi, since the first time I heard you say that. I'm actually going to do some short videos on A Course in Miracles, because I think the whole reason, the whole thing that I can do with my channel now, you know, I talk a ton about yoga and a ton about meditation and stuff, but the practicing of forgiveness in each and every moment, the realizing that we always have two voices in our head. Always. We have the voice of the ego, which again, you know, we don't demonize the ego. We're not making it bad. But the ego always wants. It wants something. It wants peace, but it can't have peace because if it has peace, then the ego has no job. It wants conflict. And it can't have an end of conflict, because if it gets the end of conflict, it doesn't have a job. It just wants and it wants and it wants. And that's how we go through life, wanting. In yoga, it's our, they call it the kleshas, our afflictions of the mind that keep us from realizing our true identity. The other voice in our head, in the language of the Course, is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit isn't the way it's used in Christianity. The Holy Spirit is simply the voice that's not the ego. It's a hint. The Holy Spirit is the voice of, in yoga, it would be called the heart center. It's the voice that always guides us, that always says peace, 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 that is always offering love, and it's always constantly forgiving. ACNC says, don't talk to me, Babushka, please. So you know what? Stuff like that is actually pretty cool when you think about it, that for whatever reason, and I don't need to know why two people might get along and might not get along, but the fact that they can coincide in a live stream is pretty cool. ACNC says, so I am upset. Barbara's in the hospital in a life-threatening condition. That is why I'm up about people attacking here. Well, we're not going to have any attacking. That's why I was mainly the wheelchair. I was just ignoring it. I can't answer any question with a name like that, or address it when it might be a legitimate question, and in other terms, I might love to talk about it. But how can I talk about it when it's directly aimed at a friend of mine? I know people have issues with Barb. That's your issue. It's not even Barb's issue. It's whoever holds that issue. What a heavy weight to carry. I'd hate to have to carry that. To carry that kind of grievance with me all the time. To have to remember that, oh yeah, I don't like this person. I heard that this person did something, or this person did do something, or did something to a friend of a friend of a friend. It just gets too much. It's a tough way to go through life. I'd much rather be free in my own mind, in my own heart. Babushka says, I haven't said a word about Barb. AC, I pray for her swift recovery. Thank you, my friend. It's awful kind of you. Let's see. Arazali, hello, sir. Like from Ahmed. Ahmed's an amazing guy. I wish every single person in the world a friend like Ahmed. So, Greg Dayton is here. Greg, how are you, my friend? I met Greg over at Goldie's. Goldie was taking a wonderful, beautiful walk in the Romanian forest, actually the Transylvanian forest, which is in Romania. Greg says, hello, you got to be cool if Goldie says you are. I'm in Stockton, California, USA. I'm going to try to live up to that, Greg, and see if I can be as cool as Goldie thinks I am. Ahmed says, thanks, sir. Thank you as well. Babushka says, people do use my name, but I choose to ignore it. My life is happier that way. I can't control the actions of others. That is very true, my friend. My own thought is, I try to do things moment by moment. When something is presented in the moment, if the best course of action is to confront it, fine. But when it comes up in the moment, if the best course of action is to let it go, which almost every time it is, then I let it go. Guided by the heart, navigating life by the heart. It's just a more peaceful and gentle way of going through life. Runner Boy says he got his bench PR today. What'd you hit? What's the big number? We got William Downey here as well. I know he's going to want to hear what the big number is on your bench. William, how are you? William says, Yogi, hello there, sir. Hello, my friend. Ahmed says, today my live stream going viral. 1.4 views. Awesome. Thanks for all my friends. I shared it out this morning. Greg says, hey, Yogi, may I ask where you live? Opposite direction from you. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the state of Maryland, in between Baltimore and D.C., Columbia, Maryland. Beautiful town. It's a planned city, based upon very high ideals. Reason why my parents moved here, actually. Glitch, my friend, how are you? Good afternoon, all. Blessings to all at the start of this week. Let's make it good. Indeed. 115 kilograms, so a 5 kilogram PR. My British friends, my European friends, make me break out my calculator. 253 pounds. That's a big bench. Great job. So Meme says, can you please say hi to me? I certainly can, my friend. I'm sorry, it's So Meme. So Meme, hello. Not only will I say hi, but I will welcome you here and tell you that I appreciate you being here. So, yeah, I'm going to do some standalone videos just talking about the Course in Miracles, as well as some meditation tips. It just occurred to me, I've been focusing so much on live streams, which I enjoy, and my shorts, which I absolutely love. Doing the nature shorts has become really one of the most important things in my channel, because it's just another expression of art, another way of being creative, taking what nature gives you. And I think that's why I don't really edit. One, I'm not skilled at it. The most skillful person I know, the UK medic. Absolutely amazing. I don't have that type of skill. And I don't limit myself, but I don't think I could develop it. Because I think you got to love it. And you can tell that everything medic does is a work of love. But I like taking exactly what nature gives me and capturing it in however long, what, less than a minute, and then putting it out there. But why I want to talk more about A Course in Miracles is because it's accessible. Because we live in a world that right now is troubled, a lot of turmoil. We're getting neck deep into the political season. People are going to, if they haven't already, pick sides, and it's going to be one side against the other. Not to mention the everyday stuff that we go through that just seems to grind us down and grind us down. And we don't realize that in any moment we can simply stop and say to ourselves, I can choose peace instead of this. And that's the whole nature of A Course in Miracles. I'm going to read the introduction, which is just 2 little things, very short. Greg says, I've chatted with many people all over the world. You have gotten somebody that really pissed you off? Have you ever gotten somebody that really pissed you off? Here, on the live stream? Not even once. I do get, it's been a while, but some moments of frustration where it takes me a moment to sort of settle into how I want to respond. Med says, sir, all my best wishes for success. Thank you. Appreciate that. William says, Yogi, I have to run. Appreciate you stopping in, William. Looking forward to your next workout. William says, great to see you. Great to see you too. So guys, two things. Check out Runner Boy. I don't think he's posted it yet, probably. The last video I saw was today where he was doing squats. But he'll be posting his bench press PR. So make sure you check it out. As well, go check out William Downey's live stream. He's got a really fun way working out in his garage, having a chat. Then he sits down and has a meal and just continues the conversation. Let's see. Ahmed says, today, Jacob, also live burpees, sir. I was there for a while. I mentioned I have our friend Leo said so up, who just did, he's not live, but he put his video up. He did 100 nasal breathing squats. It was great seeing that. Not everyone wants to step up and do a nasal breathing burpees. Sorry. I think I said squat. So I'm always happy to answer questions on meditation and breath work, as well as Course in Miracles, as well. My 5 a.m. readings have been going through the Tao Te Ching. Happy to talk about that. I'm an expert in absolutely nothing. Lots of stuff I don't have answers to, and that's perfect because then we can explore it together. So anytime anyone wants to ask me something, feel free. Or send a message, Ahmed says he's agree. And once again, if the ads do get too much, just let me know. Maybe I'll alternate some live streams with ads, some streams without. I'm going to bring up Eric LaPointe's channel. Just to give him a shout out, and I like having the channel out. Sorry, I like having the channel up when I give a shout out. June 17th, 2024, that's today, and Eric LaPointe did wood splitter burpees, and he's got it up on a short. This is a Eric LaPointe original. He came into the burpee community stepping up like a champ, and he even put out his own invention, as only a wood splitter could do. I would never have thought of that. I've split wood back in the day. All right, Glitch, excellent question. It says, so let me ask you this. How should I be breathing to promote relaxation? Not in a yoga sense, but in general. Well, I'm tempted to say everything's yoga. Because we think of yoga as getting into the pose, doing a stretch, the asanas. But yoga, according to Patanjali, in the Yoga Sutras, which is the Bible of yoga, is the cessation of fluctuation of the mind, meaning that it's not running all over the place. So he introduced what he called the 8 branches of yoga, with the first 2 being ethical concerns, how we relate to the world, how we relate to ourselves. And then there was pranayama, which is the breathing. And then there's these asanas. And then it goes all through the meditation path until you reach samadhi, which would be enlightenment, whatever stage of enlightenment. So whenever we think breath, we think in terms of yoga, or we can, which is simply to calm the mind. And it always starts first with nasal breathing. Let's back that up. It always starts first with awareness of how you're breathing right now. So we take a moment and we simply check in. How am I breathing? Am I breathing high from my chest, through my mouth? Is my jaw tense when I'm breathing? Is my brow furrowed? My shoulders tense? Am I breathing from the belly? Is it filling up? Is it relaxing? And then we introduce how we would like to breathe, which is always, or should be always, nasal breathing, unless we're eating, unless we're stuffed up, or really strong exertion, like we're running a 5K. Even in a 5K, I would nasal breathe until the end, and then I just don't even think about breathing. I just go when I'm sprinting it in. So we check in, we notice how we're breathing, then we start nasal breathing. Then what we want to do is get the proper breathing from the diaphragm. So you won't be able to see that my hand's on my belly and my other hand's on my chest. What I want to do is have my belly gently and easily push my hand outwards. And then my hands should collapse. My hand on my chest should barely, if at all, move. If I'm breathing through my chest, and that may sound like, because you can hear me breathing, that I'm taking in a ton of oxygen. I'm actually taking very little because the diaphragm's not working at all. So I want my belly to fill and drop. Everything's easy. Everything's gentle. You don't have to make it happen. You just notice it happening. Just doing that is going to promote relaxation. And then two other things that you can do immediately and practice throughout the day. One is called Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi in Sanskrit means victorious breath. And it's also called ocean's breath. It's called ocean's breath because you can hear it. You ever fog up a bathroom mirror? Make that sound. It's the same thing, except with the mouth shut and through the nose, and on the inhalation as well as the exhalation. You're not trying to see how loud you can do it. Really, it should barely be audible. So I'm going to get close. I'm going to try not to put my nose up into the camera and probably lose a couple hundred subscribers. Everyone flees the live stream. So this is what it sounds like. Let me know if you can hear that. What this does, one, it acts as a filter through the nose. It allows me to extend my breath in and extend my breath outwards, which becomes very important later. Secondly, it tones the vagal nerve, and the vagal nerve is really the nerve that calms the body, reduces stress, keeps us in that rest and relaxed. The ability of going from fight or flight to rest and relax, going from the sympathetic nervous state to the parasympathetic nervous state. And here's the final thing that we can do is we use that Ujjayi breathing, the belly breathing, to breathe in for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4. So we breathe in, 10 rounds. 1 round is breathing in and then breathing out. There's a silent pause at the top, silent uncounted pause at the bottom. So it actually makes it about 5 second, 5 count in, 5 count out. Also, it's a count. It's not seconds. So you just count however is comfortable for you. And if you really need to relax, extend the exhale for a count of 6 or a count of 8. And a perfect breath to do before you go to sleep at night. Breathing in for 4, silent pause, breathing out for 8. And if you're having a hard time getting to sleep or you want to really relax, use what's called the Vishnu Mudra. Seal off the right side. You breathe in for 4. The left nostril corresponds to the parasympathetic state, which is that rest and digest state. So you do that for 10 breaths before you go to bed, and you're golden. These things carry over. So you do a couple breath periods, 10 breaths throughout the day, and it carries over for extended periods of time. You stay in that state. And if you need to get back in that state, you just do a simple 4 by 4, breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. And then on another time, because I don't want to overload everyone, alternate nostril breathing, Anulum Vilom, it's called in Sanskrit, or Nadi Chandra, where we breathe in for count of 4, retain the breath, exhale for count of 4, and we repeat. It really puts you in a calm place that will last throughout the day. So, I'm way behind. Let's catch up. I apologize, guys. What did I miss? I saw that Eric said he was talking to his boss. AC&C is, he said goodbye. Take care, my friend. I think I saw that. Let's get all the way down here. Apologize, I'm so far behind, guys. Tiger Gaming says I cannot get that sound while inhaling. Don't try to get it, because if you try too hard, it becomes a thing. So just very gently pretend like you're snoring as you inhale. A very gentle snore. Pretend like you're breathing through a stuffed up nose. Our friend Squirrel Sniper is here. Ahmed says, Eric, can you visit my new live? Oh, I think you're talking to Eric Lapointe. Eric said he was talking to his boss. Squirrel Sniper says his traditional greeting. Greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Always a poetic entrance. I appreciate Squirrel Sniper showing up my 5 a.m. reading from the Tao Te Ching and offering great insight into what I was reading. Matt says, today, amazing job, Sir Yogi. Share it. Thank you. I love talking about that stuff. All of it. Every little bit of it. Squirrel Sniper says, Barb's wheelchair hauler, one question, why? Agreed, my friend. Like I said, it just, it's a heavy weight to carry. Grievance. And it's just not worth it. Babushka says, the vagus nerve is so interesting. I always slap an ice pack on my chest when I'm suffering from an anxiety attack. Works to calm me down. Hey, that's a great tip. Thank you for that, Babushka. As I mentioned before, I guess it was about 2 years ago. I was suffering from very bad anxiety and panic attacks. And I suffered through it silently, with the exception of my dad, who I was a caregiver for, and Milka. Many people here know Milka. Because I had a slight case of imposter syndrome. How could I be a breathwork coach? How could I be a meditation teacher, teacher of yoga, teaching stress reduction, teaching sleep hygiene, and be suffering from anxiety? and even worse, not realizing it because I pushed it so far down. I felt embarrassed to admit it, not only to my doctor, not only to Mocha, not only to my dad, but to myself. And then I had the great realization of, why shouldn't I be suffering from anything? No one's immune. No one's immune from, especially when you go through life thinking you're bulletproof because you think you do everything right. I've been a vegan for 15 years. I have no doubt that in a moment I could drop dead of a heart attack. I don't plan on it. I certainly hope not. It could happen. What I'm interested in is the quality of life. And my quality of life was certainly suffering with that. So I realized with some of the breath work I was doing it wrong. I was using breaths that were meant to upregulate, and I was using them for before bed. I was doing things that I never had to consider. I knew them, but I never had to consider how and why I was doing them until I began suffering from something else. And what a great teaching lesson. And it allowed me to present it to other people. Let's see. Tiger Gaming says, why everyone here is having a DP of animals? What do you mean by DP? Glitch as well. I wasn't even cognizant of how I was breathing. Thank you for the tips and the rundown. I appreciate it. You're welcome. And always feel free. Ask anytime. You can ask in any of my videos that I'm happy to reply. You can go on my channel page and get my email address and send me a question. Just make sure that you use your channel name so I recognize it. Tiger Gaming says Anulum Vilome Pranayama is in the morning is the best technique to stay energetic the whole day, as well as keeping you calm through the day. I'm going to throw out a name, and probably I'm going to say 90% of the people here aren't going to like it. Hillary Clinton. Get rid of all the politics. Get rid of what you think of Hillary Clinton. All I want to talk about is Hillary Clinton when she was when she had to testify before Congress, and even the opposition to her gave her credit at the end, 11 hours, and said she was very calm. She never asked for a break. Reporters asked her, how did you do that? How did you stay so calm and centered and focused, unwavering through the whole thing? She said she practiced her yoga, which caused reporters to say, well, we didn't see you, do a downward dog. We didn't see you do the cobra pose. What do you mean you practice yoga? And she said, I practiced alternate nostril breathing on my breaks. And that's what worked. That's the only reason I bring any kind of politics, is it works. Alternate nostril breathing, Anulum Vilome, Nadi Shodra. There's little distinction there. You can do it if you really need to calm down. You extend the exhalation as well as the internal breath hold. So you can breathe in for 4, and then you can breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4, out for 4. 10 rounds. Or you could breathe in for 4, hold the breath, very gently. We're not squeezing, just gently. And we hold it for a count of 4. And then we exhale for a count of 8. Then we breathe in for 4, hold for 4. We could work all the way up to 4 in, holding for 16, exhaling 8 for out, and then repeating. And it becomes very relaxing. It's a meditative state, instant way to meditate. If you stress out during the day, find a corner, 10 rounds, you do it under 5 minutes, and it'll change the nature of your day. So, sorry guys, I'm going to catch up again. Tiger Gaming, thanks for sharing that, my friend. I do 1 round of Anulum Vilome every day and have for years. I wake up right before my morning meditation. I do Breath of Fire, which is a Upward breath perks me up, gets me ready for the day, fires up the digestive system, detoxes the lungs, and you just feel good. It also awakens the energy centers along the spine. Kundalini. Then later in the day, I practice my nasal breathing burpees, which is a meditation in and of itself. In the afternoon, I do my Anulom Vilom, as well as Kabaka breathing, which simply means breath retention. And then in the evening, I do usually, sometimes it might be box breathing. Usually it's breathing in for 4, exhaling through my left for 8. Very relaxing. Sometimes the 4-7-8 breath. Smitty's here. Smitty says, hello from Canada. Like, shared, and support. One love. One love, my friend. Smitty Deuces 187 is an outstanding gamer. Let me take that back. He's an outstanding human being who has an outstanding gaming channel. Absolutely love spending some time there. Kay's here. Kay, how are you, my friend? Speaking of which, outstanding people and outstanding channels. I hope you guys can spend some time in the garden or working out with Kay Renee's garden. She does both. Welcome, Soil and Fitness fam. That's her greeting. I always mention how much I love this type of greetings. Let's see. I'm diving in to catch up. I'm not too far behind. Our good friend Jacob is here. Jacob's been putting in some serious work. He did so again today. Absolutely amazing. I gave him a shout out in my burpee video today because he deserves it. Today, when I started my video, I said I'm going to do just an easy 100 burpees, nasal breathing, and maybe some isometric holds. And when I got to 100, I found myself, I kept going. And I started thinking, I'll stop at 150. 150, I kept going, got to 200, and I said, you know what? Let me get to 300, 301, and 3 people. Jacob inspired that. Our friend Leo said so inspired that, and our friend, the Burpee Reaper himself, inspired that. Just that sort of impromptu, let's see what I can get. Jacob says, hit the like button for great Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that, Jacob. Ahmed says he starts his visit on the 19th of June. Where are you visiting? Ahmed says, hi, Jacob. Today, beautiful session, buddy. It was a great session. And our friend Princess Vampire is here. She is done wandering through the forest of Transylvania. I looked up the forest of Transylvania after I visited with our friend, and because I wanted to see I knew about the bear population in Romania, because that's the kind of thing that I know, and I don't know why I know it. Well, I know why I know it. I don't know why I want to know it. Life's a mystery. Never explain the things that you love, because if you love them, it doesn't need an explanation. And they actually have a pretty big population in Transylvania. For some reason, I didn't think they might. Tiger Gaming says, I was having anxiety attacks for the past few months and didn't know the reason behind it. I started meditating, and it helped me know the reason behind it and gave me a way to get out of it. That's awesome. Hey, can you share what type of meditation are you doing? Just awareness of the breath, or something else? I teach mantra meditation, specifically primordial sound meditation, which is a Vedic mantra. And I mentioned before, hey, if you're here and you're participating in the chat and you want to learn, I teach it absolutely for free. So I'm sorry to hear about the anxiety, but I'm really happy that you started meditating and it's helped you so much. It's a life-changing thing. And the deeper you go, if that makes sense, which I think it does. Babushka says, hi, Princess Vampire. Ahmed says, I have limited network, so your friends support me, I hope. I will most definitely support you, my friend. 100%. Ahmed is visiting the northern area of Pakistan. Awesome. What's that like? What is the northern area like? Goldie, that was a beautiful walk. Appreciate the invitation. Being able to spend time with you, being able to see the forest of Transylvania, but most importantly, being able to spend time with you out in nature. Jacob says, thank you for the shout out, brother. Still going to check up on it, but I want to be part of your live stream and help you with the watch time. Thank you, Jacob. Hey, speaking of watch time, I'm there. I've hit that point of monetizing my channel. Everything's in place. Now I just got to do something with it. We'll see. What kind of videos do you guys want? I talked to Goldie. I'm thinking about doing a live stream karaoke event, inviting all of you. I got to warn you, I can't sing at all. Milka can sing very well. Goldie can sing. I haven't heard her sing. She's got a lovely voice. If you've been along on a walk, you'll absolutely fall in love with the voice. I'm just taking a guess. I'm taking a stab in the dark that Eric LaPointe can do a mean AC/DC. I bet Eric LaPointe could sing Iron Maiden. I bet Eric LaPointe could sing Welcome to the Jungle. Let me know if I'm right, Eric. Where it says, like mountain, my homeland. Awesome. I heard it was mountainous. Oh, hey. Speaking of which, guys, hold on one second. We're going to take a visit to my kitchen. We're going to say hi to Mocha. It's been a minute, as you kids say. Also, I'm going to have Mocha entertain you guys while I use the restroom.
What is that all I'm good for?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's a whole lot of stuff.
I don't know how to entertain people. Sup, y'all? Hello there, lovely Princess Vampire. Mrs. Yogi. So, what are we talking about? What are we doing? Oh, karaoke live stream. I like it. Hello. I would like to be able to do burpees, but my wrists have not let me do them in a long time, so. But I might try again at some point just to see if I can do it or not without hurting myself. Hello, Mir. Yes. Glowing. That's just because I'm sitting in the sunlight. I would, sure, yeah, I would join in a karaoke live stream. Why not? Squirrel Sniper's saying hello to Princess Vampire. Who, mine? My hair texture? I am happy with my hair. It's very curly, and but it's not too thick or anything. I wouldn't mind it being thicker because I could maybe learn how to braid, like girls know how to do. Yes. Well, thank you. But Mr. Yogi is back.
Who likes your hair?
Babushka.
No, everyone should like your hair.
I like my hair.
I like my hair. Of course, it's on my chest.
Today we meet a great woman. Now you see Mrs. Yogi. Hi. Yeah, I'm not any good at braiding. If I braid, it's just gonna unravel almost immediately. But here's your Yogi.
Now you see the man behind the woman. Right now, I'm gonna take you guys back upstairs so you don't see my messy kitchen.
It's too late.
You're gonna work out.
Mm-hmm. Same workout?
Same workout. Sorry I don't have it set up for you. Let me know when you're done. I know some of you met, and some of you haven't. I should have known. Bring Mocha out, and Noble shows up. Princess Vampire says, Mocha, will you join in a karaoke live stream? Did she answer? I'd be willing to bet. Yes. She loves singing. She loves karaoke. She's the reason why I tried to learn how to sing. I had a home karaoke machine, and I would practice and practice and practice. I actually had a whole lot of fun with it. So, what have I missed? Princess Vampire says, so you're going to do a karaoke live stream. If I can figure out how to do it, I think maybe. Tiger says, I would love to learn more from you. Please teach me. Absolutely, my friend. 100%. My email address is in my channel page. Send me an email. We can do like FaceTime or something like that. I just want to catch up real quick. Started with simple mindfulness, and about 2 months upgraded to transcendental meditation. I am practicing since more than a year now. Awesome. What I teach is basically, I got to be careful, with comparison. I learned primordial sound meditation from Deepak Chopra, not him personally, but one of his students, and it is a derivative. Transcendental meditation is a derivative of an ancient Vedic mantra technique, as well as primordial sound meditation. So they come from the same ocean. They're two streams from the same ocean of meditation. I absolutely love mantra meditation in every form. Which says, shout out to Mrs. Yogi. Squirrel Semper says that y'all inspired me to start doing burpees. Awesome. I'll go slow and steady. 10 reps, 5 to start. It's been 35 years since my last. Man, that's absolutely awesome, Squirrel Sniper. It's the best news I've heard all day. Looking forward to following along, and if I can in any way, helping you on your journey. Ahmed says, Air Force woman salute. Mocha definitely deserves her salute. 23 and a half years in the United States Air Force. So yeah, Mocha has a really beautiful voice. I have a voice. That's the best I could say. Eric Point says injuries are worse. Your injuries are worse. Princess Vampire says, but first Eric needs to set up StreamYard. I still keep going back and forth, back and forth. Matt says, today we meet a great woman. Now you see Mrs. Yogi. I will agree that Mocha's a great woman. You know, she served her country. She served her country well and lovingly at the same time, standing up for her subordinates whenever she had to. Our friend Destiny is here. Destiny, how are you? And Noble, my friend, how are you? Noble is on my list. I'm going to step up my watch hour time and get him where he needs to be. Noble should be fully monetized. He's got a fun channel. He's got a channel with heart. Anyone who's read Carlos Castaneda and his teacher, his shamanic teacher in the Toltec tradition, says, you know, in life you can ask yourself, does this path have heart? And if it does, you take it. If it doesn't, you don't. Noble Scrolling Traveler, his channel has heart. And that's about the highest compliment I can give a channel. So our good friend Destiny is here. I'm always happy to see Destiny. Destiny is a founding member of the Fellowship of Beingness. Destiny always reminds me, return to my roots, and that's simply coming here and talking about the things that I love. Coming here to talk about the things that have served me well, that I know how to teach. Not talk about the things that I don't know about. And that means like talking about other people, other channels, other events. I don't know anything about that. That's just information. I'm not interested in information. I'm interested in knowledge. Knowledge comes freely. Knowledge comes, think of this, information, form. Knowledge doesn't have form. Knowledge is eternal. Knowledge is reinvented over and over and over again. It's been said that if every single word in the Bible was, for whatever reason, disappeared without a trace in history, and all that remained was the Beatitudes, that alone would be enough to base Christianity. That's knowledge. Knowledge is the reinvention of the Upanishads in yoga over and over again. Meditation is knowledge. It's not information. Princess just subbed to Noble. Awesome. It says, so Yogi, like 18. Wow, I got 19. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. So Destiny, we were talking a bit about breath work earlier and meditation. Noble says, I really appreciate the support, Yogi. I couldn't have gotten monetized without you. I'm at 2,200. All right. When do you want to be at 300? Let's set a goal point. I think you could do it in a what is it, a 28 period? Easily. You could easily do it because you got monster live streams. You have the big endurance. Destiny says, thanks, Eric, for the compliments. And I also come here to learn new things. and it tastes your keen wisdom. Thanks for sharing, and I appreciate the fellowship of beingness. I do as well. Um, the challenge is, as you know, as a channel grows, can you retain the essence of what? Can you retain that essence of where you started from? Doesn't mean that it won't change, because everything changes, except for reality itself. And we could say reality is love. We can say reality is, in Buddhism, they call it the suchness of life. The isness, as Richard Bach, who wrote Illusions, and Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Noble says his goal is 4,000 watch hours in September. Oh yeah, you can do that easily. You can do that, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you. M2 says, hello, sir. M2 says, give me a blue. I would love to give you a blue. However, I've had a lot of people recently ask for blue, and I sort of set a precedent. As much as I don't like precedents, is if you show up for a while and you hang out and you show everyone what a welcoming and kind presence you are, absolutely. But it would sort of be a slight to people who've been here for a while to just like hand it out right off the bat. As our friend Nightwatch has said, that I hand them out willy-nilly, as I've done almost everything in my life. I'm a willy-nilly kind of a guy. But I'm trying to set some restraints. Restraint sort of sounds like, doesn't that kind of suck? Doesn't that mean that you're not being free and you're open? In yogic terms, yamas, which is the beginning foundation of yoga, means personal restraint. And we practice restraint so the opposite grows. So you practice ahimsa, which is non-harming, so that peace grows. You practice non-stealing, not because stealing is bad, which of course it is, but you practice non-stealing in an amazing way. You don't steal from yourself. You don't steal from other people, not just physical stuff. Have you ever made an insulting comment from someone? Have you ever attacked someone? That's actually stealing something from that person. It's also stealing something from you. It's stealing your peace of mind. So when you practice non-stealing, you go deep, deep, deep. So you practice non-stealing so that you can be more peaceful. Yoga is all about calming the motion of the mind. Mohammed's here. Mohammed, what time is it where you are? I know your plane leaves at 1 o'clock. Mohammed is heading to Turkey to be with his family. Oh, Eric Point says, I was talking to Mocha about her injuries, that injuries are the worst. Yeah, they are. Noah says, whatever happened to Nightwatcher? I haven't seen him in your channel for a while, and he hasn't been on mine either. I was worried about him. They seemed really depressed. He was on Goldie's walk earlier. He popped up here yesterday and said he had a fever. MT says, and finished when I support. Awesome. Oh, I am Ahmed. Well, that changes everything, because no one has been more supportive to everyone. The entirety of YouTube. Here's certain things that you can count on. You got to see Goldie somewhere supporting someone today. 100%. We already have. And you're going to see Ahmed and the many guises of Ahmed supporting someone. Milka says, oh, her wrist. Yep, those are the ones. That has prevented her burpiness, her burpying. But it hasn't prevented her from getting the work in. Squirrel Sniper, once more dropping wisdom. We live in a Newtonian world, but we do not observe a Newtonian realm. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, you think we could reverse that too? Saying that we live in a quantum world, but we observe a Newtonian realm. We live in formlessness itself, but we observe form. Either way we say it, I think it opens up all kinds of possibilities in the mind. Muhammad says time in Turkey and Iraq is 9:03. So are you in Turkey, my friend? Eric Point says he comes to my lives also. I think he's probably a little miffed at me. Let's see. Noble says, Yogi, have you ever thought about taking up life as a superhero? My workout and favorite superhero is One Punch Man. You got the One Punch Man look. Yeah, I have the look of if I was hit by one punch, I'd go down. That might be it. That is not a great superpower to have. one punch knockout man. Joe Delaney says, I'm back. Hello, Yogi. Hello, Joe. How are you? Let's go visit Joe Delaney. By now, I really hope everyone subbed to Joe. Joe is at 189 subscribers. 189 well-deserved subscribers. You know, Joe's got a wonderful story to share, which is important in and of itself. But it's less important the message. Because he could share a story and never touch upon a message. But Joe has a message, and the message is you have to heal. If you want anything in life, if you want to lose weight, you want to get healthy, you want to realize your own peaceful nature, you want to be successful in life, in whatever avenue, you have to heal. You have to heal the trauma of whatever it is life has dealt you with. And life is certainly going to deal you with some trauma. All of us. That alone should make us love each other. That we've all been broken in some way. So instead of pointing out one person who we may like or dislike the way that that person has handled some trauma, let's heal our own trauma. And then let's turn and help other people heal as well. This is the message of Joe Delaney, and it's a beautiful message. Joe is another one. She has my undying support in the direction that she's going. You know what? I think of that when I visit Noble, because he's a lot of fun. But he also has a very healing message. This is a place you go and you relax. You hang out with friends. And that's pretty healing. No one's going to heal if they don't learn how to relax. Bottom line. Let's see. Muhammad says, I want to say hello for wonderful people and my big family. We're definitely with you in spirit, my friend. Eric Point says, Mocha's going to have to invent a burpee that doesn't. Some people started doing them on their fist. That's the way Barefoot Burpee, now known as Hybrid Jim, does them. I never cared for that too much. I think she might be able to now do it with wrist wraps and using the push-up bars. That might work for her. Medic says, um, let's see, I lost what Medic said. Let me find him again. Mind over matter is the answer. I don't mind and you don't matter. That sums it up. Secret of life. Succinct words from UK Medic. If that came in a cookie, we would all think, wow, what great ancient wisdom. But you're getting it absolutely for free without the cookiness from UK Medic. Not that cookies are bad. Not that a cookie is bad. Mohammed says, yes, right now I'm in Turkey with my beautiful wife and my kids. Awesome. I know how much that meant to you, my friend. And Eric's point involved risk, but I think it's called the worm in the dance world. I don't want to see that. My mind is balking at the thought of Mocha doing the worm. I might try it sometime. It's about time. I've come up with my own burpee. I can do a nasal breathing warm burpee. Let's see. Noble says, what's your opinion on fasting? I am all for fasting. You got to find a fasting window that works for you. And you got to be careful with it. I inadvertently caused myself some digestive issues because I was fasting for 18 to 22 hours, but I was also running ultra marathons. So I needed to get a lot of calories, or I thought I did, in a smaller window, which put me too close to eating to bed. That's a no-no in the yogic world, and it's a no-no in the health world. You need time to digest separately from sleep. Hey, if you ever go to Rich Roll, he's got a podcast on YouTube. RICHROLL. He's a ultra athlete. And his guest that he had on this morning talks all about fasting. Are you thinking about doing some fasting? Jacob says, this is a great live stream, Miss Yogi. Great community and great friends. Thank you for that. Yeah, I absolutely love the community here. I love the people that pop in to say hi. And I love the people that spend some time here and just sit around and chat. Medic says, UK Medic fortune cookie available in merchandise stores. And we can expect a different message in each cookie, or is it the same thing? If every cookie I open, it says, I don't mind, you don't matter, that might start to get to me after a certain point. Every once in a while, I want to open a UK Medic fortune cookie that says, hey, you know what? You matter too. Joe Delaney says, I just finished reading a book that talked about spiritual fasting, and that made a huge difference for me, disconnecting from the physical and allowing myself to connect more spiritually. Awesome. In yoga, the fifth branch of yoga is called pratyahara, and that means sense withdrawal. We're so focused. Only has to be done for a moment. That's what yoga nidra is, turning inwards. From waking up until we go to sleep, everything's focused outwards, outwards, outwards. We never check in. We never check in with how am I breathing. We never check in, what am I thinking. We never check in with how am I dealing with the situation that's at hand. And our stress accumulates. And we go through life that way. And then we have chronic fatigue. Then we have disease, dis-ease. Then we have chronic stress. We have digestive issues. We have anxiety. We have panic attacks. Plus, we can be somewhat of a jerk sometimes. All because we never check in and simply see what's going on. So, hey, you could do a spiritual fast by simply suspending your judgments on the outer world, just for a few moments. Doesn't have to be a 24-hour event. Do some yoga nidra, meditate 20 minutes once, twice a day. Do some breath work. Wonderful breath work, as we were talking about above. Anulom Vilom, alternate nostril breathing. When you do it with a breath retention, because you can retain the breath, holding both nostrils, just a very light pinch. Eyes closed, attention on the third eye, and allow everything to go quiet for the amount of time that you're holding the breath, and you realize the immense, infinite inner stillness of your true beingness that you can turn to in any moment. So there's a little spiritual fast of 5 minutes doing alternate nostril breathing. Thanks for sharing that, Joe. That's absolutely awesome. Burpee Reaper said burpee. He heard the magic word. Reaper, Jacob Colby, and Leo said so were the inspirations for my workout today. Or maybe the better way of saying it is that Burpee Reaper, Jacob, and Leo said so are entirely to blame for my workout today. Specifically, I'm going to put the blame fully on Burpee Reaper's shoulders. I blame him for my 301 nasal breathing burpees. Brenda says, me clean. I think he wanted to say Mr. Clean. Or maybe he is saying he's clean. Maybe he just got out of the shower. In which case, welcome, my friend. Reaper says, good morning, freaking, good mother freaking morning, YouTube family. Erica Point gives Reaper a well-deserved salute. Destiny says, there we go. Yes, Joe, I love your teachings on healing, super life-changing messages. I do believe that we heal from the inside out, and I think you have spoken on that. Yes, quite extensively, as has Destiny. As a matter of fact, Destiny and Joe have that beautiful message of healing. Destiny has used the word quite extensively of dis-ease. And that's what she teaches. Not only does she teach it, she practices it. Destiny is another one of those people that I mentioned above that you will see everywhere across the realms of YouTube. She is there, she is supporting, and she's also, in that support, you offer a healing quality. I look at my friends, Joe, I'm going to include Noble and Destiny, quite a few other people. I'm going to say healing, that these guys are healers. I'm going to put Eric Lapointe, I'm going to put UK Medic. These guys are healers because they're putting out beautiful things, beautiful messages. Burpee Reaper is inspiring. Jacob is putting out his positive message. All of that heals. All of that's a bright spot in a world that really desperately needs brightness right now. I can't forget to mention our friend Brian Lane, who has been through the fires. Man, whenever I think about what Brian's been through and what he puts out in the world right now, I get emotional just thinking about it. Let's see. Has Lewis done his burpees yet today? Lewis stepped up and did 6 count burpees for the first time yesterday. Great job. It's a bit of a mental game at first. Medic says, I actually, through extensive research, discovered why people gain weight. The mouth is way bigger than the a-hole. That might depend on who the a-hole is. I think UK Medic has a diet book in his future. How to lose weight the UK Medic way. Close your mouth, open the a-hole, being the subtitle. I'm not so sure about that. Elijah's here. Elijah, how are you, my friend? Appreciate you coming back. Elijah says, I have missed you a lot. I've missed a lot. Well, a little bit. How's the basketball? Let's see. Let me check a message real quick, guys. All right, there we go. Let's see. The Business Finder says, here from Busy Dad Training. Wow. That's awesome. As many people know, I started out Busy Dad. You can't go wrong with Busy Dad. For about well over a year, I did Busy Dad every single day, alternating 20 minutes of Navy SEALs plus a finisher, 20 minutes of 6 counts plus a finisher. The Business Finder, welcome, my friend. How's your training going? Joe Delaney says, UK Medic, you are onto something. I'm telling you, it's a diet book in the making. Amazon bestseller. Muhammad says, believe me, friends, when I met my family in Samsun Airport, Turkey, all the fatigue and suffering disappeared from me, and I was happy in the faces of my children and the face of my beloved wife. I bet. I can only imagine, my friend. Muhammad says, thank you, God. Gosman says, hello, bro. I'm from East Coast of the United States in the state of Maryland. Right in the middle, pretty much.
Heading out unless you need me to stay.
No, thanks. Sorry, guys. I hope the workout was good.
Huh?
I said I hope the workout was good. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later. Milka is taken off. Let's see. Elijah says, great, actually. Practice a lot. Did 2 hours ago. Awesome. Practice during the summer, man, is how you get great when basketball season starts. Princess Vampire says, hi there, Cosman. Such a Romanian name. Medic says, well, my doctor told me I needed to get rid of 250 pounds of excess weight, so I'm divorcing her. That was hard for me to get out. Sorry, guys. Let me recover from that laugh that escaped me. Eric Point says, I most bought the farm from eating a big meal and then working hard, putting stress on my stomach. I had a perforated colon. I was going to the hospital. My boss says I should have. Boss said I should have. I just caught it in time. Well, how long ago was that? Yeah, people don't realize the stress that eating puts on the body. How much of a rest you get when you practice some type of fasting. It doesn't have to be everyday intermittent fasting. It could be once a week, once a month. What Rich Wall was talking about was long extended water fast. Oh, let's see. I didn't realize, did I miss something from? I missed something from Burpee Reaper. Says he's doing good. Sister Destiny definitely pulled a back muscle yesterday, reaching for something. I won't be doing burpees for today. I'm sorry about that, Reaper. I know you'll bounce back quick. Medic says to me, the answer is to all is simply listen to your body. This is true. I agree 100%. It is also difficult for so many people to do because, again, all the sensors focus outwards and we never turn them within. We never do a body check. I wouldn't say we never. I'm sure many of you do. As a matter of fact, I know many of you do. So when I say we, it's that collective society suffering from the disease of the modern world. Check in. Excellent advice from UK Medic, who has seen what that kind of not doing, who has seen what not doing that can do to you. Jacob says, that blows, brother. Pray for fast recovery for you. Mr. Legendary Burpee Reaper. I join you in those prayers. Noble says, I forgot to tell you with the good news. I just hit 7.6 subscribers. I am over halfway to 8K. That's awesome. I actually saw that. I saw that you were on a live stream, and I mentioned it, but I'm not sure if you saw it. Man, that's huge. Elijah says, do you remember me? Do I remember you? I do. That's why I was asking about basketball. Oh. I think we got a repeated conversation there. Sorry, guys. I'm a little all over the place. Eric Point says, with no time to spare. So did you have surgery? Destiny says, congratulations, Noble, on your new 7K plus milestone. You are doing awesome. Yeah, he certainly is. And like I said, he's putting out that great message into the world. Destiny says, the Burpee Reaper, I went to your place this morning looking for you. Now I understand. Rest and heal that back muscle. Definitely rest. And as I said, we all know that Burpee Reaper bounces back quick. It's only been 6 months into his comeback, and that's hard to believe. Because when you watch him, you think this is a guy that's been doing burpees forever, and not realizing that he came from an extremely serious injury less than a year ago. Jacob says, I don't eat my first meal until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. How long of a fast is that, Jacob? Eric Point says, sorry, typed so fast. It was 3 years ago. I wasn't going to go to the hospital. Boss told me to go, and thank God I did. There's no way I would have lived. But yeah, I'm glad you did. And I'm glad you're taking steps now. It's even bigger seeing the burpees that he's doing. Similar story with my dad. Just a few days after he got out of the hospital for pneumonia, and he came into my little office and said that he had some pain in his stomach. Just wanted to give me a heads up. Says, remind me to bring it up to his doctor. And I said, do you want to go to the emergency room? And he said, no, I spent a week in the hospital with pneumonia. I don't want to sit in the emergency room. I don't want to put you out. You're busy. And I have an appointment in a week. And I'll just bring it up then. And I said, well, bottom line, as a caregiver for my father, I did not want him to be in pain. I did not want him to suffer. So I said, if you hurt, let's just go. you know. Doesn't hurt to have it looked at. Hopefully it'll, take him right in, which they did. So we went there, and it turned out he had a septic gallbladder that burst. They said it had to be operated on immediately, and on his way to the operation room, it burst completely. So they then, operated then and there. And they said he probably, if he hadn't come to the doctor, he wouldn't have survived, and they didn't think he was going to survive that, as he was in a weakened condition. But he did. Lived another 2 years. Princess Vampire says, well, thank God you are here. I agree. So, that was nice that we were able to get some talk in of healing, get some talk in of breath work and fasting and meditation. That we got diet tips from the one and only UK medic as well. Remember, it truly, truly is so that laughter is the best medicine. I don't know if you remember Dr. Norman Cousin was an author a couple of decades ago. And he wrote a book on healing himself through the power of laughter. That life-threatening illness, I don't remember what it was. And he would watch funny movies, classics, over and over again, just feeling good and laughing, and he cured himself. So, another example. UK medic, and you don't get the name UK medic by accident, but also continues to perform a service just by showing up and getting people to smile, as well as sharing the wonderful nature videos and the informative videos, the beautiful countryside. And let me make sure that I mention this, by the way, that UK Medic is a wonderful place to make friends and connect with other people. It's important that I mention that. Jacob says, somewhere in between 16 to 18 hours. Awesome. Yeah, I was doing 18, 21, sometimes 22, but I was burning off so many calories training for ultras that in some sense it was good for me, but in other ways I was inadvertently causing myself some damage as well. So don't get carried away with anything. It's a tool. Use your fasting as a tool. Goldie says, 2 places at the same time. Muhammad says, I have to go right now. My friends and my big family, may God protect you all. Amen. Amen. And may God protect you and your family. So happy that you've reunited right now. Enjoy every minute with them. Every moment. So, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit early. Mainly because I really enjoyed the conversation. Not that I don't always, but it was just nice to work through, whatever bumps were along the way. And then we got a chance to reach this point here. And it was a whole lot of fun. And maybe, we learned a little bit something from each other. Some new people got to meet Mocha. That's always a big thing. You can't go wrong meeting Mocha. She might argue this. Some of you guys know the story between Mocha and I. So I won't share her again, but I will sometime if anyone asks. That I can't go wrong. I didn't go wrong by meeting Mocha. The ups and downs and everything in between. And I don't regret a single minute of it because it was the ups and downs that I went through with her. That was meaningful. Let's see. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, my friend. As mentioned before, it is you guys that make it a good live stream every time, every single time. Eric says, bye to everyone. Jacob says, salute, Miss Yogi, and all. Blessings. Blessings to you, Jacob. Thank you for the big inspiration, man, that you've been giving me. I would not have gotten 300 run. I wouldn't have tried to get 301 reps. I would have settled on, easy recovery routine. But I found myself just wanting to keep going and going and going, inspired by Jacob, inspired by Brian Lane, inspired by the legendary, the champ, Mr. 5 Pump, the Burpee Reaper. It is what it is. As well as Eric Lapointe, stepping up out of nowhere, just deciding I'm going to do burpees. That's a big thing to decide. And Leo said so. 300 reps. 100 nasal breathing burpees. Having never done them before. And as he said, man, they suck. They do. And then he did 100 6 counts. Having never done them before, followed by another 100. So, yep. You guys all inspire me every single day. Burpee Reaper stepped up yesterday. 6 counts. So Destiny says, bye Muhammad, enjoy your day. Princess Vampire says, thank you for a lovely live and chat. Oh, hey, I wish yesterday was UK Medic's birthday. And I wished him a happy birthday on his live stream before I went to bed. But a day after, I want to continue. UK Medic, happy birthday, my friend. Hope you had a wonderful day. Jacob says, I'm proud of you, brother. Mr. Yogi, and thank you. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. So, as I usually mention, I'll be back. Actually, it'll be over 2 hours. Over 2 hours from now. Maybe 2.5 hours. I'll be back. I'll be talking about the same stuff. If you can make it, if you want to hang out, I appreciate you being here. If you can't make it, or you don't want to hang out, that's okay too. Either way, I appreciate you guys being here now and sharing the afternoon with me. Noble, hopefully you're going to be live later and I'll be able to catch you and join in and spend some time. Really appreciate you joining in. I'm going to do everything I can to get you right now, to get you to that 3,000 so you can start getting in the super chats and then pushing onwards for 4,000. Getting the thing. Oh, hey, if you guys show up later, let me know if the ads showed up, if they worked, and if they were too much. It didn't put it on the extreme. I don't want to bother you guys. I appreciate you being here. I wouldn't have the ability to put ads up if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So the last thing I want to do is annoy you. I mentioned that yesterday. So if they did show up, if they're okay, let me know. I wish I could control the ads. Meaning, having a positive message, not just telling people to consume, to buy something for the sake of buying it. I don't have that power, but maybe one day. Destiny says, thanks everyone for joining Yogi, Eric McCarty, for his live discussion. Your presence here is very much appreciated. Much love to you all. Thank you for that, Destiny. Destiny, thank you, the OG, the original, old guard, Fellowship of Beingness. Started with my friend Destiny. It remains with my friend Destiny. And it will always be with my friend Destiny. So, my spiritual family. Guys, I will see everyone later today. Thanks. Take care.